Hi folks, Oh My Goodness here, trying to create a intro tutorial video to those who are brand new to the MOBA scene, or even Infinite Crisis. I'm right now playing in a Coast City match practice mode, which is essentially a 5v0 map. There are no other enemy champions, and it is playing on one of the maps. I have some other folks here who are trying out the game for the first time too. I'm playing as a champion called Gaslight Batman. You can see his portrait in the bottom left corner there, if you want to select him in the practice mode champion selection screen to try him out. So, gonna first start out with the very basics, and the first things to do is to move in the game. You want to right click, and your champion will move to that location to where you clicked. Another thing too is you can click and hold, and the champion will continue to follow wherever your mouse cursor is. This is again right click. Then from here, one thing I want to point out is on the bottom right corner you'll see the mini-map, which is essentially a high-level view of the entire map of the game. So you can see indicators where all the other allied champions are, and you'll see this kind of gray-black area here. Grayed out part, that's called the Fog of War. The Fog of War essentially is areas that are unknown or unexplored. You will not be able to see anything in the Fog of War unless someone else has already in their line of sight. And you can tell where your line of sight is based on the brighter aspect. It's a slightly different color, the brighter aspect, so you'll notice around the turrets and around the other friendly champions where they are. So some other things first is I'm going to go ahead and come down to a neutral creep for now, and I'm going to move here, and to attack, essentially to attack you can either right click directly on the drone or enemy itself right now. You can also press A, and you'll see that the cursor changes to the little attack hammer, and you can also left click on them and that'll start attacking. And essentially this is how to attack. There are things I want to show, that there is a difference between attacking and moving. So I'm going to go down here to this lower lane here, and you'll see that we have these enemy drones here. So I can move, and you notice I won't attack. However, if I press A and then left click, I'll keep moving forward until I get to in range of an enemy, and I'll start automatically attacking them. Again, so if I move, I won't attack it, but if I press A and click in, I will start attacking. Your champion naturally will attack things within its range automatically, so if there's an enemy that comes within your range, it will start attacking automatically. So quickly, what are drones? Drones are essentially you can't control them, you can't stop them, but they essentially attack each other first. So your friendly drones, which are in blue, will always attack the red enemy drones in red, and they will always attack the opposing drones first before attacking any champion, like yourself or any of your allies. So from there, I'm going to talk about abilities. So generally abilities do more damage than your basic attacks. So what you saw me doing earlier were basic attacks, and you'll notice here at the bottom here that this is kind of like my ability set down here. And at the very beginning of every map, every game, you'll have one skill point to use. And generally for Gaslight Batman, I'm going to use the Sonic Battering, which is that ability, the very first one. And by clicking that plus button, essentially unlocks that ability for me. And so abilities again do generally more damage than your actual basic attack. And one thing to note is that abilities don't actually damage turrets by themselves. So just to show you how this works, I'm going to go over here and just use his ability. And you can see that ability bounces back and forth between the two characters, those two drones. There are other abilities and these correspond to these buttons. So you'll see the Q, W, E, R here. So by pressing Q, I fire. I use that ability, and as I level up, to level up, essentially you kill these enemy drones. So here, if I kill it, you'll notice I leveled up there, and I can unlock now my other second ability, which is a W, which is going to be a different one. So you'll notice that little globe there after killing that one. Sometimes you'll see this drop. If you walk over it, you'll pick it up, and it'll heal you, both your health and your will. So one thing you'll notice too is camera movement. So you'll notice that my champion always stays in the center no matter where I go. And you can actually change it on to just say if you want to take a look at what's going on. See up here where Gaslight Joker is. If you press C, that unlocks the camera, and I can now pan up here, click up here. You can also pan and drag with by dragging the mouse to the edge of the screen, and this allows you to see other parts of the map of what's going on. It allows you to quickly jump between places. If you want to relock your camera, you can press C again, and that will lock the camera again. So you can see if I drag, I will always stay the screen will stay centered on my champion. However, if I say I'm looking up here and I want to jump back to where I am really quickly, only temporarily though, I can just press spacebar and that will jump me back to. So that covers basic movement, basic abilities, and the camera movement. One thing to note is that say, hey, I'm going to get really low in health, and say, well, I actually I want to run back. I don't want to go. I don't want to actually keep engaging here. So I can actually press B, and that's a teleport that takes me straight back to base. You can see it takes some time. If you do get attacked in the time period of you teleporting there, it will cancel the teleport, and you will have to start it all over again. So that's coming back to base, and the way to win, and the key point of winning this game, and the concept of winning is a little bit different in each map, but in this one, there is you'll see that there are two lanes, an upper lane. You see an upper lane and a bottom lane down here. Essentially, these there are towers that essentially defend each of the lanes, and what you do here is you want to start destroying these towers one at a time. Push your way down the lanes, because these are the lanes that the drones, these drones will follow all the way over here. And to win this game, you essentially have to destroy the power core, which is this structure in the enemy base. Turrets are actually very strong, so you don't want to attack a turret without drones there or an ally there. Essentially, if you have no drones there, you'll see that turrets can take you out very quickly. So again, turrets like drones will always attack other drones first before attacking an enemy champion. So you'll see here, although the turret is being attacked, the turret is attacking the drone and not the champion. So one thing to keep in mind is that the range of the turret is indicated by this outline on the ground. So when you're fighting near a turret or flying near a turret, you want to make sure one of your drones is inside that range before you are, before going into the turret to attack the turret. So one thing you saw happen there is when I died. So one thing with the death timer is there in the top here you'll see actually all your allies and champions here, and the champion when they're alive will just show their portrait, but when they're dead they'll actually show a countdown timer, and that indicates essentially how long they're out of the game for. So in the game when you die, it only takes it takes a number of timers for you to spawn back. So here I've died, and you can see in the bottom left corner here I have a timer that tells me how long it takes me to respawn, and I'll respawn back at base. So
It will take more than that to keep me down.
To
Doomsday device activation in
so with
60
that, we're going to now
seconds.
jump to the drones. What is the jungle? So the jungle are neutral minions, or not minions, but drones that stay are located throughout the map. There's one here. There's one at the bottom, and you'll see these skull indicators. That's what they indicate. And essentially, they remain neutral. They don't attack you. You can be right next to them, and they'll remain neutral as long as you until you start attacking them, and then that's when they'll start attacking back. The one thing with skills you'll notice is the abilities here is that I can just press the button and use them, and let's see if I can kill this.
Doomsday device activation in 10 seconds.
So there.
Enemy's top turret has been
So generally, jungle drones will actually drop health packs.
Doomsday device
They grant a lot of XP. So again, by killing them, you can get XP, and it essentially allows people to continue leveling up. While, say, if there's a big battle happening in the power core and your team can't really get pushed that far in there, then you can just essentially kill these neutral minions. Without having to, and so you can keep getting your character stronger and more powerful, without actually having to go into the base to attack the enemies directly.
captured a power
So you
relay.
can see here, there are aspects of this map that are very map specific. So I'm actually going to use another video to actually explain the details of this map, of subtleties of this map, and how they might differ from other maps. And that's all I have for this one. And hopefully we'll end this game and show you how this game is ended. All right.
I'll be back. Aid me. Trouble calls. Back to base. Back in the black. For Gotham City. Into the shadows.